Hello everyone, and welcome to English Story Radio channel. Today, I'm excited to share an English story with you. If you enjoy this story and want to see more like it, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way, you'll be the first to know when I upload new content. Without further ado, let's get started. Rachel had always been fascinated by Japan. Its rich culture, beautiful landscapes, and delicious cuisine had always intrigued her. As a university student studying cultural anthropology, she knew that visiting Japan was a dream come true. And now, finally, she was here. As soon as she stepped out of the airport, she was mesmerized by the beauty of Japan. The streets were bustling with people, and the neon lights illuminated the city in a way that made it feel alive. Rachel took a deep breath and inhaled the unique scent of Japan. She felt a sense of calm wash over her, and she knew she was exactly where she was meant to be. Her first stop was a small traditional Japanese restaurant. The owner, Mr. Yamamoto, welcomed her with open arms and offered her a seat at the bar. Rachel ordered some sushi and sipped on her green tea, as she listened to Mr. Yamamoto's stories about Japan. He told her about the traditional tea ceremonies, the art of bonsai, and the importance of cherry blossom season. Rachel was struck by how polite and respectful everyone was in Japan. She had never experienced this kind of hospitality before. Rachel decided to take a walk around the city to see more of what Japan had to offer. As she wandered through the streets, she stumbled upon a small temple. It was a serene and peaceful place, and Rachel felt a deep sense of calm wash over her. She decided to take a seat and meditate for a while. Suddenly, she heard a faint cry for help. She opened her eyes and saw a little girl, lost and alone. Rachel approached her and asked her what was wrong. The girl spoke in Japanese, which Rachel couldn't understand, but she could see the fear in the girl's eyes. Rachel took the girl's hand and walked her around the temple. They looked for someone who could speak English to help them, but no one was around. Rachel decided to take the girl with her and continue their journey together. They walked around the city, exploring the different neighborhoods and trying new foods. Rachel was surprised by how much she was learning from this little girl. She was teaching her new words in Japanese and showing her the unique cultural practices of Japan. The little girl took Rachel to a small park, where they sat and watched a group of elderly men playing shogi, a traditional Japanese board game. The little girl explained the rules to Rachel, and soon they were both engrossed in the game. Days turned into weeks, and Rachel and the little girl became inseparable. Rachel had never felt so connected to a place before. Japan had become her home, and the little girl had become her family. One day, they visited a traditional Japanese garden. The garden was beautiful, with its neatly trimmed bushes, flowing streams, and perfectly placed rocks. Rachel sat on a bench and watched as the little girl ran around, chasing after the koi fish. As Rachel sat there, she realized that this was the happiest she had ever been. She had found a place where she belonged, and it was all thanks to this little girl. As their journey came to an end, Rachel knew she had to say goodbye to the little girl. They hugged each other tightly, and Rachel promised to come back to visit her one day. The little girl gave Rachel a small origami crane, a symbol of good luck, and Rachel knew she would cherish it forever. Rachel returned to the airport, feeling a sense of gratitude for the unforgettable experience she had in Japan. As she boarded her plane, she knew she had found something special. She had found a place where kindness and compassion were valued above all else. As the plane took off, Rachel looked out of the window and watched as the beautiful landscapes of Japan disappeared beneath the clouds. She smiled, knowing that she had left a piece of her heart in Japan, and that she would one day return. Rachel arrived back home to her university, where she shared her experiences in Japan with her fellow students. She talked about the culture, the food, and the people she met along the way. She even showed them the origami crane the little girl had given her. Rachel's trip to Japan had a profound impact on her. It had taught her the importance of kindness, compassion, and cultural understanding. She knew that she would carry these lessons with her for the rest of her life. A few weeks after her return, Rachel received an unexpected email from the little girl's family. They thanked her for taking care of their daughter and expressed their gratitude for the kindness she had shown her. They even invited Rachel back to Japan to visit them again. Rachel was overjoyed at the invitation and immediately began planning her return trip. She knew that this time, she would be even more prepared to fully immerse herself in Japanese culture and to continue learning from the amazing people she had met. As Rachel's plane landed in Japan once again, she felt a sense of excitement and familiarity wash over her. She knew that she was not lost in Japan anymore, but that she had found her way back to the place that had captured her heart. And so, Rachel's journey in Japan continued, as she explored more of its culture, met new people, and continued to learn and grow. She knew that she would always be grateful for the experiences that Japan had given her, and that she would always cherish the memories she had made there. In the end, Rachel realized that her journey in Japan had not only been about discovering a new place, but also about discovering herself. She had found a sense of purpose and belonging that she had never known before. And for that, she would always be grateful.